Hey Tupperware lovers, I just wanted to show you one of Tupperware's products which I absolutely love, and as we head towards winter, this is a product that will be used a lot in your kitchens, and it is Tupperware's Ultra Pro range. Now, I don't know if you're lucky enough to already have some of these in your kitchen at home, but if you haven't seen this range before, one of the great things about Ultra Pros is they are so lightweight, they actually feel like you're holding on to nothing. They are made out of a polymer material, which is very similar to your big planes like the windscreens and windows and your Qantas planes. So it is a very, very good quality plastic. Now, believe it or not, this can actually go in the oven up to 250 degrees, fridge, freezer, and microwave. Now, when you get it home, if you actually forget the temperature, it's actually written on the base. So you can always just turn it upside down as a little bit of a reminder. Now, with the Ultra Pros, if you are using them just in the oven by themselves, they are completely non-stick. That's what I love about them, because they're really easy just to wash out and clean. No more if you've just done a big lasagna or a roast and you're having to soak it on the sink and then leave it there for days and wait for somebody to actually pick it up and clean it. You can pretty much, once you've served, put a little bit of water in it, have dinner. By the time you finish, you can actually pop it into the dishwasher or wash it up with warm soapy water. I actually love doing spare ribs in here. That's one of our meals once a week. The kids just absolutely love it. And I love how easy it is for me to clean up afterwards. Now, with the Ultra Pros, they actually come in 2 different sizes in our catalog right now. Stay tuned, because every so often they do bring out some exclusive sizes every now and then. But there is, this one here is our smaller one, and I can tell you this one's a 2-litre capacity. So this is a nice little size. Depending how big your family is, it's the perfect size for a little lasagna. You could do like a crumbed apple crumble. You can do slices in here. You can do cakes in here. You can even just use the cover, and that's what I love about Ultra Pros, is these covers actually become the best baking trays ever. This one here is perfect for nachos. So you can actually put your corn chips on here, a little bit of grated cheese, into the oven or into the microwave. In the microwave, only about a minute, and you've got your nachos done. In the oven, maybe a little bit longer. Something I love to use the Ultra Pro covers for as well, you know your frozen pies that you buy at the supermarket? Usually if you put them in the oven, they take about 40 minutes to cook. If you grab a frozen pie, you turn it upside down onto any of the Ultra Pro covers, pop it into the microwave for 4 minutes, it actually comes out like it's been cooked in the oven for 40. And because you've put it upside down onto the cover, the top of it even is a little bit crunchy. It doesn't go yucky like it sometimes can when you're cooking in the microwave. You can also do like an omelette into here, a slice. Like, it's got a really good capacity inside this actual seal. Now, also with your Ultra Pros, I don't know if you can see just on this one here. Can you see the corners? The way it's got like the little divots out of the side, they're like little drain holes. So when you actually put the cover on, you can put it on 2 ways. You can actually pop it on like that. So when you're cooking, what I usually recommend is start with the cover on, and then towards the end when you're wanting it to brown, you can actually take the cover off. And I usually do that for lasagna. I use mine mainly in the oven, but I'm going to tell you how you can do tandem cooking in a minute and utilize your microwave and your oven to halve your cooking time. Now, if you are cooking in the oven and you want to do roast veggies, but you want to do like a meat dish or lasagna or pasta bake or something underneath, you can actually turn your cover up like that, and you can put all your roast veggies on top, so you can have it cooking at the same time. And then just for the last 5-10 minutes, you can take the cover off, sit it side by side in the oven. So this will be browning and your veggies will actually be finishing off. And you will find that once you start using these, you will love them. You'll pretty much use them every single night. Now, say you actually have cooked something up and you've got something that you need to drain out, you can, sorry, I'm just choking on air. You can actually just tip, and you can tip any excess juice out the corner. I actually find that if you turn the cover upside down and drain like that, more actually comes out a little bit quicker. Something that a lady taught me at a party many, many years ago, if you've got like your bigger roasting dish and you've actually done a roast, you know when you finish cooking, you have all the fats and everything in the bottom, and that's the best to make the gravy with. But sometimes it's really, really fatty. If you grab some cubes of ice and put the cubes of ice into the fat, it will actually absorb a lot of the fat, and then you can scoop it out with a spoon, and then you can still use that to make your gravy, and it's going to taste amazing, but it's not going to have as much fat as what it did at the very beginning. Now, the second size that we've got is our 3.5 litre. Now, this is perfect for doing a roast. You can do a whole chicken in here. Now, if you buy a chicken from the butcher, usually about $5 or $6 uncooked, you can come home, you can put your chicken straight into here, breast down. If you want to put veggies around the edge, you can, or you can do just the chicken. It's usually about 40 minutes in the oven, and it comes out nice and crunchy on top. It looks amazing, and it's just a nice, quick, easy meal, which is cost effective. So it's not going to cost you a lot to have. Even instead of buying a barbecue chicken every week, you could actually do your chicken in here. Or if you've got a pressure cooker, you could always do it in the pressure cooker. Now, something I love about Ultra Pros, if you have more than one, because my warning to you is once you've got one, you're going to want every single size that is actually available, but they all fit into each other. Who here's got one of those Intimo dresses that you can put on so many different ways? Well, guess what? You can actually do that with your Ultra Pros as well. So say you've got a couple of Ultra Pros, you can do all of them together. So for example, if you've got the 2 litre and the 3.5, you might like to do one meal in the base of this. So you could do like halfway up, you could do a potato bake or a pasta bake or anything like that, chicken wings, you name it. Then you can sit your 2 litre into the top. So you've got 2 things cooking at once. You can either put the cover on like that, or you could turn it upside down and you could actually put your veggies on top. So guess what? You've got 3 meals all cooking at the same time. Now, something else that you can also do is you can invert your cover. And if you do want to do a chicken or a roast, you might want to start it off in the base, and then halfway through, you might want to invert it, put it onto the cover, put the cover down the bottom, and then you can grab either of the bases, depending how big your food is, and you can actually put it into the oven like that as well, which is super, super cool. And guys, you can actually join your 2 litre and your 3.5 together, and you can put this in the oven like that. So you know the way we used to have oven bags, and sometimes they used to explode and make a big mess? This is like an Ultra Pro oven bag, so you can actually put everything into here. So there's so many different ways that you can intertwine and put these together. But when you do get your Ultra Pros, you will absolutely love them. The fact that they can also go in the freezer as well is really cool, because if you do want to prepare meals, you can even prepare something, cook it, pop it into the freezer, and the next time you just need to reheat. Something I also love Ultra Pros for is if you're having a barbecue and you know you've done all your steaks and sausages and onion and everything, and you want to put it into a container that's going to keep it hot, but it's also going to keep the flies out. You can cook everything on the barbecue, pop it into your Ultra Pro, leave it sitting on the table, and if you've got leftovers, pop it in the refrigerator, and then when you're ready to eat again, whether it's that night or the next day, actually grab this and put it into the oven or into the microwave just to actually reheat it. I quite often will use these when we do taco night. So if I do up our mince or do up our chicken, I'll actually pop it into an Ultra Pro and I'll sit it on the table, and I find that it actually keeps the heat in there for probably half an hour to an hour. So guys, if you do have these and you're not using them, there's lots of different uses for them. Now, I did say to you that you could actually use these for tandem cooking. So with tandem cooking, it's actually the process of starting the cooking off in the microwave and finishing it off in the oven. So it's like it's been cooked in the oven the whole time, but nobody knows that you cheated and you were speeding up the cooking process by using the microwave. So for example, say you're going to do a recipe, I don't know, a roast or a chicken, and ordinarily it would take an hour to do in the oven. You don't have an hour, but hey, you do have 30 minutes. So what you can do is start it off in the microwave. Now, all you need to do with your recipes, however long it normally cooks for, I want you just to divide it in half. So if it normally takes an hour, divide it back to 30 minutes. And then all you need to do is put it in the microwave for 1/3. So that would be 10 minutes in the microwave, 20 minutes in the oven. And like I said, you can actually leave the cover on for the beginning process of the cooking and just take the cover off at the end so it browns nicely on top. So it's very handy, particularly if you want to do a roast. You know, sometimes you don't have all that time. You can start it in the oven and you can finish your, start it in the microwave and then you can finish your roast in the oven. Guys, once you've got these, you honestly will wonder how you lived without them. They honestly stack inside each other. They're not heavy to take in and out of the cupboard. They don't take a lot of room to actually stack. Sometimes if we had those Pyrex dishes, they are quite heavy. And then by the time you put food in them, they can be really heavy to take in and out of the oven or the microwave, particularly when they're hot. And it's always harder to get things out when they're hot. So with these, because they're lightweight to start with, put your food in there and it still feels like it's hardly got anything in it. And if you've ever had a Pyrex container before, sometimes you can have them for many, many years and they are really good, apart from being heavy and non-stick. But with your Pyrex containers, you'll notice over the years, they start to get all those crazy cracks in them. And that's because they're not designed to be going from hot to cold really quickly. Now with your Ultra Pros, these are actually designed for the fridge, freezer and the oven and microwave. So they're used to going from hot to cold. It's not actually going to affect them. So you can take this out of the oven, put it straight out into the cold air, particularly in winter, and you'll never ever get crazy cracks in it. Whereas with your Pyrex containers, because when you go to take them out of the oven, they're really, really hot. Once they hit the cold air, that's what actually causes those little crazy cracks to happen. Now, to protect these and make sure that you have them for a lifetime and you don't get any marks on them, I highly recommend do not ever cut with a knife in an Ultra Pro. Not designed for that. So you are going to need either a Tupperware spatula or Tupperware KP utensils. I particularly recommend the spatula because if you take the head off, this handle is actually the perfect thing to be cutting up potato bake and lasagna and slices. It's nice and firm and it will not damage your container anyway, but it's also a really great way to cut them nice and evenly. And you can even use it to scoop out if you need. So that's one thing I always recommend adding on. If you're investing into Ultra Pros, get yourself a spatula. And also I would recommend getting one of the little Tupperware cleaning hobs. Now, these here are actually perfect for Ultra Pros pressure cookers and cookware because they're nice, like they've got a little bit of abrasiveness to it, but it's nothing that's going to damage any of your Tupperware products. And you can keep them nice and clean, wipe them over, take any fingerprints off. You're going to look really classy if you've got these out at your next barbecue. Even if you're going to the beach, you can actually take these with you. They're so lightweight. So after you've done the big cook up on the barbecue down in the area where everybody is, put all your meats in there and then you can head back down to where you're actually having your picnic or your barbecue. So that's two things I recommend to always get with an Ultra Pro. Now there's one more, which this is a product that sometimes gets missed in our catalogue and it is amazing and very multi-purpose, and it is our insulated cover. Now I don't know if anyone has one of these or you've seen them, but I'm going to show you how awesome they are. Say that you have just cooked something up and you may actually be going to a friend's house and you're taking fried rice or you're taking a lasagna or a potato bake. And we don't want some poor person to have to sit in the car holding on to the Ultra Pro hoping it doesn't spill on the way to the party. But guess what? What you can do, you can cook it. You can take it out of the oven or the microwave just before you leave so it's nice and hot. And then you can actually pop it straight into this insulated carrier. Now it's got Velcro on it. And the reason it's got Velcro is it's designed to fit on a lot of Tupperware products. And I will show you a couple more in a moment. See the way it just Velcros? How perfect does that look? Now, it also has little straps on it. So you can actually strap it nice and firm so it's not going anywhere. And look, you've even got your handles. How awesome are you going to look when you rock up to your friend's house with a really cool meal that's hot, ready to go? Guess what also fits in here? Pizza boxes. So if you ever need to take pizza boxes anywhere, whether you've made it and you've bought the pizza boxes from the cheap shop or you've been to Domino's, you can actually put your pizza. I think you can fit a couple of boxes in at the same time. I also love it because guess what also fits in here? Not only your two Ultra Pros, but your pressure cooker. So if you have made anything in the pressure cooker, risottos, fried rice, pulled pork, pulled beef, anything like that, you then can actually just put the insulated cover straight onto your pressure cooker, and voila, look at that, your pressure cooker's ready to go. So you're going to need more than one insulated carrier, aren't you? You're going to need one for your pressure cooker, one for your Ultra Pro. Guess what? Your grill will fit in here as well. You just need more hands to be able to take them everywhere with you. So if you've got some of our products and you don't actually have an insulated cover yet, I highly recommend grabbing one of these. These are also a really cool present to give to somebody, even if they don't have all the Tupperware products yet. There's lots of things you can actually put in here. Keep it nice and hot and just make it really easy to carry everywhere. So guys, I hope you love Tupperware's Ultra Pro range and the few little accessories that we've got to go with these products to keep them looking spick and spec and getting the most out of them. Guys, like I said, once you've got Ultra Pros, you will have them for years. These Ultra Pros here of mine, I think are probably at least 10 years old. And I don't know about you, but they still look pretty brand new. They've had some things pretty much cooked into them. Nothing sticks. They're the easiest thing to keep clean. So if you're a busy person and washing up is the last thing you actually want to do, even if it's just putting it into the dishwasher, this is going to save you time and you'll be able to make some amazing meals in these products. So have a fantastic day, and I'm sure I'll see you next time with another great product from Tupperware. See you guys.